In this study, I will attempt to show you the 33 Masonic lies that will send you to hell if you don't start seeing the truth in plain sight. I am acting for a Mr. Cooper, who was killed shortly after the 9/11 attacks, which he predicted, by his enemy, Lord Rothschild. Now, we are trying to present the truth, and we realize we may give our life also. But as Lord Rothschild does not understand, he's not a lord at all. He will bow his knee, and if not repentant, he will burn in hell. Now, with no further ado, let's start with the 33 lies. Lie number 33. Well, it's the flat earth. The sun and the moon are, as Enoch says, the same size. They broke into the Hall of Knowledge below the Sphinx in the early 1500s and stole the information where they found out the sun and the moon are 33 miles in diameter. Then they co-opted with Einstein, Newton, and Copernicus the lie of the globe earth to keep you deceived so that you, in the next few years, will accept the Antichrist. I pray you show wisdom, discernment, and don't take the 666. There is no coming back. The lie. Gravity is a great invention, and NASA is its bastard child. Well, half of it is correct. The second half. The truth is, Operation Paperclip brought the Nazis to America to form NASA, and Newton's gravity was a lie to support the globe Earth. The only moon landing was that performed in a studio in Hollywood in 1969. Lie number 31. Joan Rivers, Anthony Scalia, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, Abe Lincoln, Martin Luther King, and Mr. Cooper all died of natural causes. That is false. Why can't you see the Masons, Ashkenazi Jews, and Jesuits as the enemies of God? These gentlemen and women died trying to tell you the lie. Lie number 30. 1947 is not an important year. Truth. That is the year God planned the crash at Roswell on July 4th, 1947. Trying to warn you, foretell you about the return of Christ coming 70 years later, with the Great Tribulation starting on September 21st, 2017, and culminating 7 years later on October 4th, 2024. Both are Feast of Trumpets. Now, we don't know the exact time or the exact hour, but we are to know the season, and it could happen much sooner than that. God said in Matthew 24 that He may have to shorten the time because of the brutalness of the war at that time. Lie number 29. America was founded on July 4th, 1776, under godly principles by godly people. Well, that is true. However, on that same date, half the members of the Constitutional Congress were Masons, i.e. Lucifer worshippers, and the other half were the good guys, the Puritans, God-fearing. So you can see the struggle started right from the outset and will culminate in these last days. Why do you think Trump had 88,022 days? And why is that the exact days from July 4th, 1776 until July 4th, 2017? We believe you add 88 days from that date, and you get September 30th, the day they are going to kill many people, perhaps by the tsunami they are mocking us with. Lie number 28. Americans are safe and the nation is solvent. Wow. That couldn't be anything farther from the truth. In 1871, the Social Security Act, pushed by Albert Pike on Ulysses S. Grant, the president, made America give up its sovereignty, and all citizens are now members of a corporation of America. And when the Social Security goes bankrupt, those people are slaves for the rest of their lives to the owners of the Federal Reserve. Ask JFK and Abe. They tried to tell you, they tried to print their own money, not the Federal Reserve's money, and they got a bullet in the head. You need to get something in your head, and it's called wisdom. Wake up and start reading the Bible. Lie number 27. False flag concept is not important. Well, that could be no further than the truth. Obviously, you didn't understand false flags, and I didn't either when 9/11 occurred. I didn't realize we were being manipulated. False flags are pre-planned operations meant to instill fear in the world's populace. So you will accept the new Antichrist. It'll either be Trump, perhaps his son-in-law Jared Kushner, or Obama may rise back, or Erdogan from Turkey, or Putin from Russia, and there could be a surprise. We're not sure, but watch out. If they're saying he's good, you know he's bad. Lie number 26. Tsunami is something that happens in Asian countries only. Well, that's generally a truth. However, they happen all over the world. Wherever you have an event that causes an earthquake, is a natural phenomenon, or a mudslide can cause a tsunami. However, the Masons are rumoring on the internet, in their secretive way, in plain sight I might add, that the American government has major nuclear bombs set around the East Coast and West Coast. And when they're exploded, they will trigger tsunamis for those people in the low-lying areas. This is all meant to cause panic, for you to come to America, come to your leaders, come to Trump for your answers. What a big mistake that is. I pray it will not happen on September 11th, but this is possible it could happen that day too. September 11th is suspect, September 23 is a possibility, and September 30th. All these are dates that the Illuminati might hit you with a surprise that would kill many. Remember, they sacrifice for the greater good. And that is their agenda. Their agenda is that the few will control the many. Lie number 25. The government of America has two parties for checks and balances. We only wish that was true. And in reality, the Republicans, the Democrats are all one party, and they exist and are owned solely and operated by Rothschild, the Ashkenazi Jews, the Jesuits, the Masons. Did I mention the Illuminati? There are no checks and balances, especially after the killing of Supreme Court Justice Anthony Scalia. Lie number 24. Obama is a U.S. citizen, was born in America. I think that's a lie. Born in Kenya, raised in Indonesia, in Muslim environment and Catholic environment, named Barry Soetoro. His birthday shows it all. This may be made up, but it's still given to you as August 4th, which is the 216th day of the year. 6 times 6 times 6. And remember, who can forget his motto for his campaign, Yes, We Can. When you play that backwards, it says, thank you, Satan. Why don't people wake up? Why is this so obvious to those that are studying? I think you're too busy with the world's worries. God says, don't worry about tomorrow. He will take care of it. Lie number 23. Masons love 23 because it comes after 22. This couldn't be further from the truth. 23 in biblical numerology derived from Gematria, and you can go to BibleNumbersForLife.com and verify this, means death and punishment. Remember, if you go to the Georgia Guidestones, you'll find out that they intend to kill 92% of the world's population down to 500 million people. They plan to do that in the next few years. Did I mention the Georgia Guidestone? Go look it up. Google it. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Lie number 22. Copernicus, Einstein, Newton are geniuses. That couldn't be further from the truth. Copernicus was a Jesuit priest, just doing what he is told. They are Satan's agents. They were all secret members of the Jesuits, Masons, and Illuminati. Learn your history, or, as Mark Twain quotes, it is easier to tell the people a lie than to tell them they have been lied to. What are you going to be? That one that's been lied to? Understand the truth. We're trying to warn you. Remember, in Noah's day, no one believed and the flood came. This is just like Noah's day. Lie number 21. The blood moon tetrads are debunked. Truth, and this is a big one. Joel 2:31 warns, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord will come. Lie number 20. Philippine people should not fear martial law. Proclamation 216 that President Duterte made. Truth, yes they should. 216 equals 6 times 6 times 6, which equals the number of the mark of the beast. Revelation 13:18. Most all leaders in the world are part of the beast system, waiting until September 23, 2017 to see Who will he inhabit to make them the final Antichrist? Will it be Trump? Will it be Obama? Will it be Putin? Will it be Erdogan? Will it be Jared Kushner? We have to wait and see. But there will be trouble. There will be trials. There is no pre-tribulation. Lie number 19. Bill Gates is the richest man in the world. Well, not even close. Rothschild is the richest, and his gold in the Bilderberg Group was found out by Mr. Cooper, whom they killed 2 months after 9/11, which he happened to predict. The gold, as stated in the Bilderberg Group, as found from a copy machine at an auction, says they want to take all the money and possessions from the irresponsible many and give it to the responsible few. Wonder who those are. Oprah, Tom Hanks, let's just name a few. Kramer. We could go on and on to who they think are the more responsible ones. Of course it's the rich, but they have their little problems. Lie number 18. CNN gives true news. We know that's false. Even the prophet Trump has been telling you that. He's telling you the truth. Whether you want to believe it or not, CNN is owned by the beast system, as most of the other media outlets are also. There are only 7 owners in the world of all the media. They give Illuminati, Mason, Ashkenazi Jew, and Jesuit false flag news only, meant to create fear and bring about the New World Order. Lie number 17. Jesuits, Masons, Illuminati were founded as an open membership group. False. Illuminati was founded on May 1st, 1776, prior to the founding of our great country. It turns out that we used a lot of the Masons' information in our Constitution. It is a secretive society with the stated goal of taking over the world, killing 90% of its residents and enslaving the rest, as stated in the Georgia Guidestones. Look it up. Lie number 16. The moon is 2,160 miles in diameter. Answer: false. See our studies on the size of the moon and sun equal 33 miles in diameter. You can rediscover this quite simply by doing the math. It's very simple. It's all angles, triangles, and trigonometry. Lie number 15. Trump is a Christian. Well, that couldn't be farther from the truth. Trump worships Apollo, the Greek sun god. Google Trump's penthouse and you will see on his ceiling is Apollo racing through the skies of heaven. He is not a God worshiper. He is just a deceiver, taking you. But God gave us Trump. He's giving you a time to repent. He's going to bring about destruction. He's going to start the ball rolling. But you'll want to get rid of him and bring in the new Antichrist. He's playing that role. He's the bad cop. Who's going to be the good cop? Don't fall for it. It's the oldest game in the book. Good cop, bad cop. Lie number 14. Obama is a heterosexual. Well, he's married to his transvestite lover, Michael, not Michelle. The kids are adopted. Joan Rivers gave her life, and she told you he was a transvestite. And you watched her get killed and decided not to uncover the truth. You believe CNN's story. Wow, how deceived you are. Lie number 13. Masons love number 13 because it is a nice number. The truth, 13, under biblical numerology means apostasy, anger, rebellion. That is why they want to kill 6.5 billion of you in the next few years. They are the responsible few, and you're the irresponsible many. Don't you get it? Lie number 12. Converse shoes, McDonald's, are not part of the beast system. Well, that is of course false. The Masons are telling you the universe taught in school is a converse. McDonald's is owned by the greatest Satanist in the world, Ray Kroc, one who probably, if the truth be known, puts baby's blood in your meat. One exception to the beast system is Chick-fil-A. The owner is a true Christian and not part of the beast system. That is why Ron Emanuel in Chicago has attacked him and launched all sorts of campaigns to tear Chick-fil-A down. And they'll get him eventually. That's their intent. We will have trouble. Prepare for it. Get wise. Lie number 11. Santa. Well, the truth is Santa is an anagram for Satan, just like heart is an anagram for earth. The Masons created Santa, and they use him in demonic rituals in their organization. They don't even hide this. He lives at the North Pole with a bunch of elves. Well, it turns out that Mr. Mercator, the developer of the Flat Earth map fame, shows that the North Pole is directly under God's throne. And in his discovery of the North Pole, he found that there were pygmy-sized people like elves and munchkins from the Wizard of Oz lived there in 1564. So, don't enjoy and worship Santa. Take Santa out of your life and put Jesus in it. Number 10. Lie. Glober. I think we've said enough. Remember, you believed in Trump, and now look what he is allowing to go on. He is just scripting everything. He's pretending to hate Obamacare, but yet that has the 666 provision. His son-in-law owns the building at 666 Fifth Avenue that makes the chip that's going to be implanted into your hand. Jared Kushner, 666 Fifth Avenue. Check it out. United Technologies has created the chip for you. Join the revival. Celebrate with us, preparing to see Jesus return. There's always good news hidden behind the bad. Lie number 9. Mr. Cooper is the innocent new name of Nation Star Mortgage. Well, that is false. I've already alluded to it. Rothschild owns Bank of America and Nation Star Mortgage. God put in Rothschild's heart to honor his greatest enemy. Rothschild is playing Haman in the story of Esther. Mordecai, his greatest enemy, he has to parade through the streets carrying him on a horse. Mr. Cooper is the only man in the world brave enough to warn America of the 9/11 false flag attack. Like Joan Rivers, he was dead 2 months later. Truth is not worshipped in the end time, but when Jesus comes, they will bow, and truth will be the king. Number 8, if you haven't figured out now, education is a joke, evolution is a joke, truth, creation, wake up. Lie number 7, pre-tribulation. Well, that's a lie. You will have trouble. Jesus said it. Mid or post-trib. Matthew 24, after the tribulation of those days. That's the biggest clue. Don't you read it? The word after. What a clue. We're going to have trouble. Get ready. 90% or higher of all Christian churches are deceived by this lie. Maybe they just want to hear nice words, but they're making you prepared. You're preparing your heart that you'll accept the Antichrist when you get a little bit of trouble. Repent. Search truth. Don't trust your pastor. Lie number 6, prosperity gospel. Well, lay up your treasure in heaven. Matthew 6. You'll never get rich by giving any preacher any money. You may get blessed if you give money to a godly purpose, but you're never going to get rich. God makes you rich. He has the cattle on 1,000 hills. He can give you what he wants. Lie number 5. JFK, MLK, Abe, Anthony Scalia, David Flynn, autism truther doctors die by coincidence. Masons kill whoever hinders their message or agenda. Kennedy's assassination occurred in front of the largest Mason temple in Texas. Right in front of it. Why can't you see it in plain sight? Don't worry about the grassy knoll. It was done in plain sight. Just like Scalia, done in plain sight. Lie number 4, yes we can. Well, it means thank you, Satan, when played backwards. Thank God in all things. Lie number 3, 9/11. The largest false flag ever by our American government against the American people in order to inflame white people, Christians, against the Muslims. The final war, as depicted by Albert Pike in his 3 World War scenario to take over the world for the Masons, was to embitter the Muslims against the Christians and have them kill each other and the real Jews. Don't fall for it. It's coming your way. It's already here. Lie number 2. Masons are somehow good. False, false, false. They are deceivers. Proverbs 16:4 says, the Lord hath made all things for himself. Yea, even the Masons, even the wicked, for the day of evil. Lie number 1. Jesus is a man and will not return. The truth. John 14:2. In my Father's house are many mansions. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again. In red, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. Amen. Case closed. 33 deceptions, the good news. Jesus is returning. Wake up.